Georgia's election cycle is on track to be one of the most expensive in state history, and Democrats have a bit of an advantage, thanks in large part to state Republicans and unintended consequences. Last year, Republicans passed a law that allows leadership committees to fundraise without limits in hopes of giving incumbent GOP Governor Brian Kemp a head start at fundraising for a second term. But Democrats have been taking advantage of this apparatus quite successfully. This week, Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock disclosed that he raised $17.2 million in the past 3 months, more than double the haul of his Republican challenger, Herschel Walker. As for the Democratic nominee for governor, Stacey Abrams, she has raised more than $22 million over the past 2 months, well ahead of what's in Republican Governor Brian Kemp's coffers. Challenges in down-ballot races for Secretary of State and State Attorney General are also outraising incumbents. Democratic candidates are not the only ones working with bigger budgets in this election cycle. This week, a group of black clergy in Georgia unveiled Faith Works, a project with a $2.6 million budget with the goal of coordinating get-out-the-vote operations at more than 1,000 churches statewide. It's their response to Georgia's new voting law that restricts absentee ballots and drop boxes and includes other provisions that largely affect voters of color. Their initiative will give small grants to churches to help fund existing efforts like Souls to the Polls and phone banking. The group also plans to hold voter education programs and social media advertising campaigns to help people navigate the challenges created by Georgia's new voting law. It's a new look for an old fight that black churches have taken on before. But these leaders, who've dubbed themselves the Faith Avengers, acknowledge that it has gotten that much harder. Here's what Bishop Reginald Jackson, one of the founders of Faith Works, told the New York Times, quote, "Faith leaders across the state worked ourselves to a frenzy to make sure we got out the vote in 2020. We have to work doubly hard to overcome the barriers put in place now for the 2022 election." Bishop Reginald Jackson joins me now. He's head clergyman overseeing more than 500 African Methodist Episcopal churches in the state of Georgia, and as I mentioned, a founding leader of Faith Works. Bishop Jackson, thank you for making time for us tonight. Black churches have a long history tied to mobilizing around voting rights. What made Faith Works decide to take it in this direction with fundraising, with an operations center?
Well, the fact of the matter is, following the 2020 election, as a way to punish blacks because of the large turnout, SB 202 was passed in Georgia and other states, a similar legislation to try to make it harder for blacks and people of color to vote. And in response, we've had to find a way to make sure that we get our people, number one, informed, number two, mobilized, and number three, organized to vote. And that's what Faith Works seeks to be about. This is a historic time in our nation when our very democracy is at risk. And these times demand unprecedented action, and that's what Faith Works is.
So, Bishop, Georgia saw record turnout for its primary elections in May. And a lot of people then just argued, well, see, voting restrictions, the new voting law, it's not stopping people from turning out. How do you respond to that argument, especially from the right?
Well, the fact of the matter, there was a record turnout in the early voting, not because of, but in spite of SB 202. Faith leaders in Georgia, again, we worked extremely hard to make sure that we got people out to vote during early voting. We wanted to send a message that blacks are a resilient people. And the more you tell us what we can't do or try to make it harder for us to do, the more determined we're going to be to do it. And so those who say this demonstrates that SB 202 was not as damaging as was said, that is absolutely not true. The fact of the matter is we worked like heck to get the vote out. And additionally, we still have to see what happens in November of this year.
Quick last question. We've got 30 seconds left. The Times reports that your group held a call with the Assistant AG for Civil Rights. What support are you getting from the DOJ, if any?
Well, our concern really was to ask the Justice Department to look at efforts publicly made known by the RNC to target Democratic and minority voting areas in different states across 6 or 7 targeted battleground states. We want to make sure that there is no inappropriate, illegal action to try to make it harder to vote.
Bishop Reginald Jackson, one of the founding leaders of Faith Works, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate it.